Hey everybody, I wanted to just reach out to you really quick. If you're anything like me, your head's kind of spinning right now. And after the images that we saw on Wednesday in our nation's capital of rioters breaching the barricades and storming through the halls, sitting in the seats of our elected officials, it made me sick, and I'm sure it made you sick as well. What was particularly egregious to me was seeing the signs, Jesus saves, Christian flags, even someone I saw setting up a huge giant cross in the middle of this protest turned riot in our nation's capital. You may be wondering now, like as a pastor and church leader, what do you say? What's the right thing? What do we do now again with yet another crisis, as it seems like we've been met with again, one after the other? I've been thinking about this issue a lot, and the blending of Christianity with nationalism. And I wanted to share a brief verse with you, and I have just a little thought for you to think about. In the book of Joshua, chapter 5, you got to hear this. It says, "Now when Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword in his hand. Joshua went up to him and asked, 'Are you for us or for our enemies?' And I love the response of this man, especially the way the ESV says it, because he just simply answers, 'No.'" Isn't that funny? Joshua asks him an either or question. Are you with us or with our enemies? And he just says no. In fact, he goes on then to identify himself. In the NIV, he says, "Neither. I'm on neither side, but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come." Then Joshua fell face down to the ground in reverence and asked him, "What message does my Lord have for a servant?" And then the commander of the Lord just says, "Hey, by the way, take off your shoes because you're standing on holy ground." By all accounts, this commander of the army of the Lord, according to most people, is pretty clear. It's the pre-incarnate Christ. And he visits Joshua. And when Joshua sees him, he says, "Hey, are you with us or with them? With us or with our enemies?" And the pre-incarnate Christ, the Lord, totally redefines the question, or totally redefines reality for Joshua and says, I'm not either one of your sides. I'm not on your side, and I'm not on their side. I'm on my own side. My friends, I think that that's where we are. I think that what we've had is many, many years of well-meaning people trying to put the gospel of Jesus Christ into their box, trying to make him fit with their worldview, their politics. And I think that as I was talking with one pastor earlier, and he made a great statement. He says, Jesus was political, but he wasn't partisan. And I think that's true. And I want to challenge you with a thought as you're dealing with all of this. And I would just say one thing. It's just take it from a guy who's still trying to figure everything out and so excited about what we have to offer as evangelical free churches in our various communities. But I just want you to hear this. Please, preach the kingdom. Preach the kingdom of God, and preach it with passion, with conviction. Preach it with tears in your eyes, because it is not Republican, it is not Democrat, not liberal, neither liberal nor conservative, nor right or left. Jesus says what about his kingdom? What? My kingdom is not of this world. In the same way that the commander of the army of the Lord redefined reality for Joshua. I'm not on either one of your sides. I'm on my own side, and I have my own agenda. Jesus has his own side and his own agenda, and it is the kingdom. It is calling people to discipleship, to followership of him, of worshiping him as Lord. And so I want to encourage you. I believe EFCA West pastors and leaders, can I just tell you, as in my little role here as district superintendent, I believe with all my heart that you are the answer to this. Your voice, your prophetic voice, your passionate voice, teaching our congregations courageously what is Christianity and what is flat out idolatry. Now I know, and if you missed our Wednesday workshop, you missed a good one. We'll have a link for it that you can watch it. But there was a comment made by one of our staff, by Linda Bishop, and she was, I think, prophetic when she said, we may see kind of a thinning out of the herd. We may see people who just walk away because they don't like this message. They don't like to hear that Christianity is not the same as America, or we're not about trying to be about some political cause, but we're about the gospel of the kingdom. And that just might rattle some people to a place where they realize, this is where I get off the bus. When Jesus said, eat my flesh and drink my blood if you want to be with me, a lot of people got off the bus. That's not what we want. But I think that now is the unique time in our history, and you've been called to this time, to this place, to preach this message, to clarify for people who really are, many people, just not clear about what the gospel is. Those are just a couple of my reactions. I love this country, by the way. I proudly serve in the United States Air Force as a reserve chaplain. I took an oath to defend our Constitution. That's part of what you do. I love this country. But America did not build Christianity. Christianity and the foundations of what it means to live with a Christian worldview, those are the ingredients that built this country. And if we want a stronger nation, we've got to have people who believe in Jesus. And we have to make disciples. We have to make true followers. And you've been called to do that. And I'm so proud to be able to walk with you and stand with you. Please know I'm praying for you. Our team is praying for you as you preach and you teach and you instruct and you rebuke and you guide and you comfort, that we will prevail and you will prevail, because the kingdom will prevail over everything, over the Democrats and the Republicans, the liberals and the conservatives. The kingdom is what we're about. So thank you for listening to this. If there's anything we can do for you during this time, please let us know. I love you, and I love the ministry that you are embarking on, and I believe in it. And I know that God's got great plans for you at this time in 2021. So let's stick together. God bless you.